So you're thinking about traveling the globe, but you don't want to leave without your significant other. I'm not talking about your human significant other. I'm talking about your pet, your furry one, your significant other that loves you no matter what. And maybe you don't want to travel without that one. Well, guess what? I've got your solution. Join me with this interview when I talk to Karina from Panama Pet Relocation, and let's talk about how you can travel the globe, live anywhere, and take that special someone with you. Hi everyone, this is Cynthia with Global Traveler Realtor coming to you today with my good friend Karina Fay with Panama Pet Relocation. I've had the wonderful experience of using them firsthand to bring my Huskies back to the US. And I just wanted to share with you a little bit about relocating your pet. I know a lot of us are pet lovers and we think, oh, we can't leave because what are we going to do with our dogs or our cats or our elephants? But Karina today is going to tell you how you can travel around the globe with your pet and how they can make that happen for you, because it's just not as easy as putting your pet in a carrier and taking them on board. There's a lot of things that go along with that. There's paperwork and sometimes vaccinations and staying in touch and sometimes quarantines in areas. So Karina, thank you so much for the opportunity to chat with you a little bit today. Tell me, how did you get started with Panama Pet Relocation?
Okay, we actually started as a move to Panama. We were a relocation company before in 2002. But a few years later, we found out there was a very high demand of pets moving into Panama. So we then started Panama Pet Relocation, which is only, moving pets. So we've been doing that for more than 15 years now, helping people who move for work, or people who come to retire to Panama, or people who go from Panama to other countries. And we are also assisting pet relocation in Central America, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama.
So you move pets all over the world, which is really, really exciting. So right. So if someone wanted to move their pet, how do they find you? You have a website, an email? How do we get to you?
We have a website. We are on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all social media. If you do a search, moving pets to Panama, moving pets from Panama to the US, you can find us. And we have a, WhatsApp number that I can give you later so you can show everybody how to contact us.
Okay, perfect. So I know I've used you personally when we brought our Huskies from Panama to the US. And it was actually a really simple process. You were excellent. I can't say enough good things about how you stayed in touch with us. Everything went smoothly because we weren't even in Panama at the time. We had gotten out a little earlier because of the lockdown with what just happened this 2020 with COVID. And so you were able to actually stay in contact with the folks that had our dogs. It was really a smooth transition. So tell me, what are some of the things that you do to help people, and that people, I guess maybe some of the pitfalls too that people get tangled up in when they're trying to move the pets themselves, and what is so important that they should use a professional?
Yes, first thing is that sometimes it's very difficult to work with the airlines directly because they don't know all the rules from the country of destination, or things have changed constantly. So that's one of the things that people try to do themselves, and then they just call us, because we take care from reservations, export paperwork, import paperwork, transportation, crates, everything. So we can take care of everything to make it a door-to-door pet relocation. But then another thing that people get difficult to do themselves is some vaccination rules. Some countries ask you to that the rabies shot has to have at least 30 days, for example. Other countries say you can get the rabies shot and travel the next day. So there's a lot of things that vary from country to country, that a lot of information on the internet that is not right. So basically, some people do everything themselves, and when they go and check in their pets, they are denied because one of the papers was wrong, because they were misinformed. So there are a lot of tricky steps to follow that that we will make sure that everything is going to be all right.
Right, and a lot of times it's in a different language. So if you're not a speaker of whatever that language is, right, whether it's Russian or Spanish or something else, you can definitely help that go forward. I know I've had some friends that have had some personal experiences with cages, right? So there are some really strict rules when pets are traveling, especially in the cargo area, that they have to be able to stand up with a certain amount of distance between their ears and the top of the crate and things like that. And that has to be sorted out before you just appear on the day that you're supposed to be flying, because I've had some friends that they said, nope, the airlines have said, no, that doesn't meet our standards, so you can't go. And it's already stressful enough when you're trying to get all of that paperwork and things together that I really recommend to you to folks all the time, just use my friends at Panama Pet Relocation, because they are fantastic.
The crate is a tricky thing too, because most of the crates they sell at the stores, they'll say airline approved, IATA approved, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Some crates bend easily, they are weak, some crates do not have enough ventilation, so you have to know all those details to make sure the airline is going to accept your crate. Your pet needs to have a lot of free space, especially on long trips. Snub-nosed pets need to have one crate larger than what they would usually use. So it's the crate is also a very tricky thing that many people get stuck on that and get, the day of departure, the airline says no because they didn't send pictures before, or the airline didn't ask for pictures before the trip. So there's a lot of things to consider for a pet move.
Definitely, and it's not just about making the airline reservations with the tickets and things, because sometimes I think coming into Panama, you have to have your dog has to meet with the vet. Am I correct? They have to be I don't want to say the word is approved, but they have to go through some sort of qualification to come into the country. I don't know what the right word is I'm looking for there.
Yes, a vet is present, and they have a schedule. It's not 24 hours. They are there until 10 p.m. So you need to make sure that, or if it's a holiday or a weekend, you have to coordinate that in advance for an on-call vet to be there. They meet the pet, they check the pet and all the paperwork, and then you do a home quarantine, which you do at home. There's no quarantine here in Panama when pets come in.
Right. And it's important depending on what country you're going to. Like you said, sometimes the rules change, the papers change, things like that. So I can't, like I said, can't encourage people enough, especially you want to take your pet with you. You want them to have the least amount of stress as possible. And I know for me, I could go through my whole stories, but you guys, when we brought them back from Panama to the US, it was really pretty painless. The fact that you sent me pictures, you picked them up, here they are, they're looking healthy. They were on, we had somebody on the other end, and it was so relaxing knowing that they were being really taken care of well. So what are some of the other services that you offer for folks that want to travel with their pets or relocate around the world?
For example, for pets traveling to Europe, a lot of people take pets in cabin with them or as excess baggage. But Europe asks for extra paperwork, blood work, so we can assist people traveling to Europe with a blood test, which is a blood sample that is sent to a lab in the US. And then there is a 3-month wait for pets to enter Europe after doing the blood work. And this is from countries like Panama, because from the US, you can go to Europe without this test, but it's from Panama, some Central American and South American countries require this. So we give that service to customers, the blood work and all the European Union documentations, export permit, import permits. So, and the owners take the pets with them in the cabin or as excess baggage. So that's one of the services. If you want to do if you want to take the pet with you. So some airlines allow you to take in cabin or as excess baggage. But we mostly move pets as cargo. That's our strongest part. But a lot of people require the paperwork and blood work service too.
Right. And the key tricky thing about that is that paperwork doesn't last forever, right? So you have to get certain stamps from the vet, has to be approved, and then it has to be apostilled sometimes, and then it has to be approved by the embassy of the country you're going to, and then you get to the country. So it to your point, it can be really, really tricky, making sure all that paperwork is taken care of and in the right way. Because there's I don't know what you do. What if your dog or your cat can't get on the airplane, but you can? Right. So do you continue to go on your flight?
It's a very short window. Most airlines require that the paperwork is not older than 10 days. That's the tricky part. It's hard. It can be done, but it's hard. And the airline, with the airline requirement of the 10-day window, it gets complicated because Panama accepts the health certificate to be up to 30 days. So, it's tricky, but it can be done.
Yeah. Well, and which is why we always hire a professional, right? Like people like you that do this. This is what you do every day. So you're used to, you've got your team. Yeah. Much like the fact that, as a global traveler, as a realtor, this is what I do every day. So I know if this is your first time, you're going to be a lot more nervous and you're not going to necessarily know what it is that you need to do. So that's the beauty of working with somebody who does relocation as a business. So we can hold your hand, help you through it, decrease your stress, and just to let you know that you can live anywhere in the world and you can take your pet with you.
Right. So. Right. Anywhere in the world. Some countries are harder, to enter than others. Very few countries have still quarantine, very few, but it can be done. It can be done. And we have a network of companies all over the world. So anywhere you need to go, we have somebody we trust that we will work with to receive or to send your pets.
Fantastic. Well, Karina, before I let you go back to work, because we see your cat over there snoozing, which is a lot of fun. Is there any last words or thoughts that you'd like to share with everybody about, taking your pets or, things that maybe the questions that people ask all the time? One of the things I guess we haven't chatted about is how much does it cost, but that will all be predicated on what their animal is, when they're going, where they're going to, things like that. So you can give them a free estimate of what it would cost you to.
It varies a lot depending on the size of the animal, the size of your pet, the destination of your pet, also the route, because with snub-nosed dogs, sometimes most airlines do not accept snub-nosed dogs, bulldogs, French bulldogs, English bulldogs. So sometimes the routes are longer and it's more expensive because there's more connection flights. But yes, it all depends. If it's a small Chihuahua, it would be, going from Panama to the US. It's not that hard if it's a English bulldog moving to Europe. So, but yes, you can contact us and we give you some information to send us, like your pet's breed, age, destination, and we send you a quote with all the details and everything, and that's the way to start.
Fantastic. Well, Karina, that's such really good advice. So when I'm ready to move my elephant or my ostrich, I'll definitely give you a call so we can see how that's going to go. But thank you again. And I can't thank you again personally for the great care that you took of our two huskies, Scarlet and Rhett. And they really enjoyed their trip and their time with you. So Karina from Panama Pet Relocation, thank you so much. Have a great day, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon.
Yes, thank you for inviting me, Cynthia, and you have a great day too.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.